Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual all of mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension journey. We're going to get into a message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. So this is a collective message, might not resonate with everyone, but it is timeless. So if it finds you and it resonates with you at that time, then it was meant for you. I like to start off with some numerology in my readings. So what is the frequency of the energy at the time that I'm recording? The date at this time is December 5th. And overall, the date as a whole breaks down to number 5, speaking all about change. But today is also the 5th. So I'm also getting that like 10-10 energy, the sense of embarking on a new journey because the completion of a cycle. And I was just hearing ascension as well as I was saying that. Overall, the most significant number for today is going to be 5. It's really the biggest number that I saw. I didn't see too many other numbers come with that. Okay, and so something else that I did a little bit differently today, usually I shuffle the tarot last. Today I started with the tarot. I did that one other time recently too. And I saw 3 cards come through. It was the King of Cups upright, the 8 of Pentacles upright, and the Page of Cups in the reverse position. So speaking about someone who is in a very emotionally stable position right now, someone who's feeling very compassionate as well. And I really love that because in the last 2 days of readings that I did, we've been talking about this activation of love and compassion, and that like something about your inner fire as well, like your passion, right? And I love that because I did get major fire energy. We'll get there in a second. Did I write it down? Yes, I did. Okay, so the other thing with this energy that you're in, you know, you've been working really hard. We're talking about this 8 of Pentacles, right? Working really hard in regards to building that financial structure, that like wealth and abundance and like material stability. Again, that's something from the last couple of readings, and you'll notice with my messages, if you're new here, they do tend to be a continuation from the previous day. So it really does play out this storyline, much like the Fool's Journey. So with this 8 of Pentacles, I really do feel that you're in a place right now where you really are mastering your skill, and not just your skill, not just your craft and what you do. Let's just say if you're an artist, you're not just mastering your art, but you're mastering like the art of the apprenticeshipness of what you're doing. So you're really bringing together, like, let's just say if you're an artist, bringing, you know, turning your art into a business and bringing the art side of your skill and mastery together with that apprenticeship sort of skill and mastery. And there's a sense of like repetition, and there was messages that I had in the past as well about really transmuting the mundane of the day to day. And I feel that you really have achieved that and are now in this like flow of, rather than it feeling mundane, the day-to-day stuff, it's just become part of your routine and it flows naturally. And those things that felt like they were very mundane felt like they were like literally the vein of your existence. You were like, I hate these things, they take me so long, take so much of my mental energy. And so, but now you're like, why did that ever bother me in the way it did? Now it's something that you're just like, you can check it off your list, no problem. And you're just like, why was that something that I struggled with so much? Where you are in your journey right now, when you look back at that past situation, it's hard for you to understand why that was such a struggle for you. And with the Page of Cups as well, in the reverse position, I also do feel a sense of whoever this message is for, you are spending a lot of time working right now. And I do feel that there is a sense of needing to kind of unplug a little bit and just having a little bit more fun with life. And what I'm really seeing is that with the Page of Cups in reverse is there are new ideas coming into you, but you're gonna like, it's like you're kind of spending so much time in your head that there's a little bit of doubt, you know, and this doubt is going to start to create blockages in your intuition. And right now I feel like you really are driving off of your intuition, like how you're really moving through this like King of Cups and Eight of Pentacles energy is really just like you're putting your full faith and trust and guidance in your intuition. And I just feel that if you don't take time to unplug, then you're just going to get so caught up in the mind that things will become mundane again, and you will start to doubt yourself. You will start to experience creative blockages. And that emotional stability that you feel right now, that balance within your emotions, it will start to become a little bit more unstable, just a little bit more like ungrounded. You'll be feeling ungrounded in your emotional energy. Excuse me. So the next thing, we talked about that. Yes. And then I also saw some more cards really wanted to come through. I've been trying to not allow so much message to come through before we get into the cards together here, because I'd rather you get to see the messages as they play out. So some stuff came through. I put it back. I did see the Three of Swords, though, going into a transitional energy in the downright position. So speaking back to kind of getting caught up in the mind and having that self-doubt and blocking, you know, your creative flow and your intuition, I feel that it's going to really come from a sense of negative self-talk. So if you are catching yourself doing that right now, extra confirmation for you, okay? So another thing that I did see was the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse position. These have been coming through consistently in my readings. You can find them in the Timeless Guidance Message playlist if you're feeling called to. The next thing I saw was, like I was saying for a brief moment in the beginning, a masculine energy, very fiery, maybe even fire sign, and, you know, Leo, Sag, or Aries. And this is going back to, again, a reading that I posted a couple days ago or so about removing the fog, like the smoke and the fog from your vision, to be able to see something clearly, to be able to see through a situation. I forget what it was that we were seeing through while breaking that fog away, but with that message today, I strongly was seeing a fire energy, very strong, masculine, very strong features. And then 5 inner peace cards tried to come through, and I put them all back. I didn't look at them, but I thought it was really significant that there was 5 of them, because again, today's overall and only number that I seem to be channeling is 5. And speaking about change, okay, so there's like significant change coming. And with that being with the finding inner peace, I feel again that there is change that needs to take place within the inner peace that you feel, because that Page of Cups in the reverse and also that Three of Swords in the negative, in the downright position, in those negative thoughts, I feel that there is a sense of change that needs to take place right now to find more balance within your inner peace, or you're gonna be rocking the boat a little bit. Funny, because I didn't think about it till after I said boat, but I was like, there's the boat again. So again, back to some of my other messages. And so we'll go ahead and get into the tarot for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on. We'll get some confirmation on what I've been channeling here, and we'll get some guidance based on that message. So today on the tarot, I also did put the river stones. So I'm really drawn to the black. There's actually a lot of black in front of me today, and I'm wearing a lot of black jewelry. So there's something about black today. And also this river stone, it's very healing, water energy, feminine energy as well, right? So when we are too much in the mind, that's very much the masculine energy. We did talk yesterday about needing to kind of lean back towards the feminine a little bit, because I was picking up in yesterday's message that if we are leaning too far into the masculine, it's going to kind of shake things up a little bit in a way that we're not wanting. And I can see that playing out a little bit here. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Something almost came out. But let's go ahead. Let's get our confirmation. If you're new here, my name's Crystaljoy, wounded healer, spiritual coach. Let's get our confirmation for this message and some guidance. Okay. Let's see, there we go. The Two of Swords in the reverse position. I keep seeing this again. It's like every reading that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, it's just the same cards in different positionings. So it's basically the same message coming through, but the last time we saw this card, it was a message about choosing the path. Right now, there's a sense of like you're avoiding making the choice. It's like you're avoiding making the choice to kind of unplug from work a little bit. And what's going to happen is all that work you did to plug back into your intuition and your inner feminine to find that balance, you're going to rock the boat. You're going to rock the boat. I'm hearing that song by Aaliyah. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Landed right on the Two of Swords. And what I'm seeing here is the Four of Swords in the reverse position. So again, saw this message, a day or two ago about needing to take time for rest. And again, like you're not taking that time. This is a message for someone who's just like not getting the message kind of thing. Or you're getting the message, but you're making a choice to not break away. And you know, it's a significant thing to know, especially if you're someone who you feel like you're in a position where you're like, well, I can't just go and like play around. I have responsibilities. I have you know, financial obligations, and absolutely, you know, we still are here living on earth, you know, on the earth, but not of the earth, so to speak. And I understand that if, you know, you're not feeling as though it's so simple for you to be able to break away, maybe you're in a position where you have to be working really hard right now, but you have to understand that when you don't take that time for yourself, what's going to happen is you're going to end up doing the opposite of what you think. If you think that you can just put 24/7 effort into your work, what's going to happen is you're going to start to slow yourself down. You're going to start to burn yourself out, and you're going to go back into like everything is so mundane and so difficult. And it's going to be like back to this energy of you feel like you're dragging your feet just to get anything done. I'm seeing someone who is having issues with like even starting to get out of bed in the morning. And like, don't get me wrong, if you're working really hard and you're sleeping in, but you're still getting up, you're still getting things done, that's different. But what I'm really seeing is someone who is having a hard time just like wanting to get out of bed, wanting to get dressed, wanting to do the things that they need to do to get to the desk and start working, or whatever it is. It's the message that I'm getting. And you know, going back to, I'm someone who, you know, I'm a night owl. I stay up late. So lately I've been catching myself sleeping in a little bit later because I've been staying up later, but I'm also still able to get to work at the time that I expect myself to be working. You know what I mean? So you have to find a balance with the time that you spend on the work and the time that you spend on working on yourself and caring for yourself, loving yourself, that talking about love and compassion and that inner fire. There's something about how like you're gonna dim your fire if you don't take time to replenish yourself. And this is strongly like masculine energy that I'm picking up. Really strong masculine energy that I'm picking up. And you know, I'm seeing as well, going back to this message about like your guides are trying to communicate to you through the birds, and that there was something really powerful about 3 guides. Okay, on the Four of Swords, there's 3 people in the stained glass, and I feel like this is your guides, and they're just like, man, we tried to tell you about this. And they're right there and they're with you and they're watching you in this energy, and they're like, we really did try to like I just heard heed the warning. And this is so interesting because in a few of my readings lately, I keep channeling this like more older timeline, like literally horse and buggy kind of timeline, maybe even like not so old English, but we're talking old. I'm seeing like Mask of Zorro kind of stuff. Very interesting because there's that horse as well again that I was channeling. Like I actually saw Zorro jumping off the balcony onto the horse's back. You're escaping something, right? That escapism, like you're running away. But there was like the message that I channeled before was about a feminine energy with that horse, and now it's like a masculine energy. So yeah, like you're in your masculine energy and you're escaping, you're running away from things, and you think you're being all fancy about it. And there's the black Mask of Zorro. He wears all black. And there's the fog. We're talking about fog, clearing that from your vision. He's literally wearing a mask over his eyes. What? Oh, I have chills on my whole body. I just heard I have chills and they're multiplying. 4 cards right here. Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't. Literally everything that's been coming through in my readings. It's just the same messages over and over. So here's her confirmation. It's the 4 of Pentacles upright. I always get confused with this card. It's the 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse position, and the 4 of Wands in the reverse position. So literally the same cards I keep getting, and this is really interesting. I just, the way that the colors are playing out, like these came side by side and these came side by side. And give me a second with this, right? Bear with me. There's like, you have been like really focused on work, financial security, materialism, wealth, abundance. Like take that how it resonates. You've been working really hard at building that, like kind of building like a nest egg for yourself. You've been also though a sense of like being too conservative with your money, but also going back to like that compassion. Like you're holding everything so close to your heart, but almost like to a fault sort of thing. You're too closed off is this energy that I'm feeling right now. And this is again like a very strong masculine energy that I'm feeling. And there was something that I was saying about feeling like you're getting away with something, like that Mask of Zorro, like thinks that he is like escaping something, you know, by running out that window and doing a fancy flip onto the horse's back, and the horse takes off. But it's like this energy of escapism. And it's just like, you're trying to, like, there's a sense of trying to escape from this situation, but there's the boat energy again, right? This keeps coming through. This was in yesterday's message with a finding inner peace. What did I say? I don't know where my note is. Believing in new beginnings and stop overthinking is the 6 of Swords. Balance, transition, change, releasing baggage, the need for grounding, water, healing energy. Oh my gosh. That was yesterday's message. That's yesterday's notes. And then the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse position. Again, like you're working really hard on building this like garden of abundance for yourself. Back to my message about the secret garden. But you know, you gotta take time to just like unplug from all of that, or you're going to block this from yourself. That foundation that you're building, like it's literally going to, like the outcome is going to get flipped upside down. It's going to be the reverse of what you were wanting. These cards have been upright up until now, if I remember correctly. And so definitely a message about, you know, confirmation on basically yesterday's message, as well as this like needing to detach a little bit from work and needing to ground and coming out of the masculine energy a little bit. you know, we did see a lot of, like, in yesterday's message, you know, like the high priestess energy kept coming through. Let's end this message. I want to do so much for this reading. Let's go ahead and get a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine for this message. And I have on that stone, oh my gosh, I can't. It's the Green Adventurine. So this is really an all-around good luck stone. But I really also do feel like this stone to me is like really connected to like financial wealth. So let's get some guidance from the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine on what more we can be doing right now to kind of lean back into the inner feminine, to kind of lean back out of this like hustle mode. Like, you're very much in a hustle mode. I got that yesterday too. And again, if you feel like you're not in a position where you can just like go and take time off, remember that taking, you know, self-care is not selfish. You are a priority. And if you don't take time for yourself and you burn yourself out, how are you going to be able to do what you need to do to make all of this come in? Which, you know, in the beginning of this, I was saying, if you don't take this time, that Page of Cups in the reverse, you're going to be blocking out all your ideas. You're going to be doubting the ideas that come to you, creative blocks, like feeling emotionally immature about the situation. And it's going to cause you pain. That Three of Swords came through after that, like negative self-talk. It's like, there's that cycle, there's that 10-10 energy about like, you're breaking this cycle, but it's almost like you're reverting back into this cycle of like getting trapped in your mind and the negative self-talk, where it's like you're upset at yourself because you didn't achieve what you wanted, and then you start negative self-talking yourself, and then it's just like this loop, like just like never-ending merry-go-round. So let's get some guidance on how it is that we can get off this little merry-go-round. Some guidance for us, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Speak your truth. If you don't watch my messages, you might want to go back and watch just a couple of them, because this is exactly everything that we've been saying right now. This is the biggest reason why you're feeling so... You're so focused, I don't want to say on the wrong things, but you're not putting enough of your energy into speaking your truth. There's something about how you're not fully expressing yourself enough. You're not fully jumping into the risks. You're not fully surrendering. And there's a sense of like, you're not being authentic. And again, this is speaking as well about boundaries. And I'm hearing loneliness with this message as well, which is something that I keep channeling. That's been for a while now. And I feel like that's a message for the empaths, because absolutely it can feel very lonely when you see and feel the world in a way that everyone thinks that your sensitivity is your greatest weakness, when for you, you feel like that's where your inner fire is within the way that you see and feel the world, the ways that you are perceived for being too sensitive. And there's that message again about how like breaking the stigma about the way that the world perceives you versus who you know you are, right? It's a gift, like a blessing and a curse. Take it how you will to be an empath. But I feel like that's kind of a message that hasn't been coming through for the last few days, that has been really needing, like someone's been needing to hear that. We're going to get into the guidebook for this message about speaking your truth. There's like 4 energy on this card. Lots of like fire energy as well, right? Lots of pinks, lots of reds. I've been channeling that. Like lots of like Valentine's Day kind of pinks and reds that I've been seeing. And there's like falcon energy here. There's like rising through the ashes, like very strong bird energy. And again, like listening to the birds, right? I did post something about that on TikTok as well. So if that message has been resonating with you, if you feel like you still need something from that, all my links are in the description box. So you can watch that quick little video I did on TikTok about what is it that the birds are trying to communicate that we're not getting, right? So let's get this message from our guidebook. speak your truth. This is on page 64. I was getting 4 energy from this too. Very interesting. And 6 is all about harmony, right? Also 11 energy, which is making me think, did we get 11 yesterday? Was 11 an important number yesterday? No, but I'm feeling like that was really important. So for speak your truth, have you been deceiving yourself or others? Have you been withholding your truth by keeping silent? It is time to speak up. It is not your loved one's responsibility to read your mind. It is impossible to fully understand the depths of another. It is up to you to enlighten others about your deep sacred self. Your truth, spoken with compassion and humility, is the greatest gift you can give someone. There's the word compassion, and I just said it's like a gift. Do you know what your truth is? If not, it's time to find out. Go deep into the womb of the sacred feminine and summon your deep knowing. Maybe your truth hides from you because it has been covered up with lies or with longing to be liked. There's that loneliness. Practice saying little truths throughout the day and give yourself loving approval for your honesty. If you are afraid to be rejected, this could mean your emotional body needs nurturing. By honoring your feelings, you invite that vulnerable, sacred feminine part of yourself to strengthen and grow. I don't know why I was going to say strengthen. Very interesting. Your mind strengthens by finding less and less need to lie and seek approval elsewhere. The truth you hold, grandchild, is of great importance to the world. Speak up. And I just want to say in regards to this message about seeking approval elsewhere, it was a message that we had with the 4 of Pentacles in the past about the validation that you are seeking for the work that you're doing right now. When you see yourself for the validation that you're seeking for from others, others will see that within you. But there's this sense of like, I just see 2 magnets when you try to put the opposite ends together, like they repel each other away. And there's just something about that. There's just something about as you seek validation or outside approval, like outside of yourself, it's like it repels it. But when you search within yourself for that validation and that approval, that magnetizes towards you. And I'm seeing that. It's like all these pentacles just like get pulled towards you, like towards your feet. Like you're so grounded that it just like magnetizes. Just interesting. Like I'm also, again, that message about grounding, like this is a method of earthing, right? When we are connecting with earth, like let's just say if you have your bare feet on the ground, that's a method of earthing. And so what's happening is we're giving Mother Earth our energy, and she is, replenishing, like recycling the energy that we give to her, which she takes to transmute with love and compassion. And she gives us her energy to restore us and to nurture us and to heal us. So I'm going to leave today's message there. I hope it finds who it was meant for and that it does help. And if you're needing for guidance specific to your message, you can always reach out for a personal, but please never trust anyone reaching out claiming to be me, as that's never true. Like and comment, let me know if this resonated. Subscribe to be notified when I post next, and I'll see you in my next video.